Hi, my name is Ignatius. You can call me Iggy as well. So I'm the EPM manager for efficiency. Our teams specialize in FP&A solutions, including NSPB and NSAW. So NSPB stands for NetSuite Planning and Budgeting, and NSAW stands for NetSuite Analytics Data Warehouse, right? So I believe you already saw the financial focus demonstrations by the NetSuite team last time. So what we are going to show you today is a more construction related module. So because like since customer they have like every business is unique. Okay, so many customer they also want to have a more tailored solution that is ties better with their business and the way that they are preparing their budget and also for management reporting. So our team can provide that service to that. Okay, so let me jump into this demonstration. So we're not going to go into the financial module today. We are going to more focusing on the job level or the project level. So I have a job master in here in this icon, then I can navigate into this page. So, from the beginning, I can have a welcome page in here, like so that to showcase, to show the user the overall company performance and also maybe if they have, they're just a BU manager, then they would be only able to see their own BU performance in here, or different by project. So everything in here can be tailored into the way that you want. First, I'm going to take a look at the job summary. I want to know, like how many jobs do I have and, and the percentage for different, completion percentage for different jobs in here, right? So at the top in here, different filters. So this is the current period, let's say we are on the July, and then these are the job total. If I select, for example, if I coming into here, region, selecting, sorry, I need to coming into a job total. If I can, drill down into just looking at efficiency, picking up the customer, then I can focus on, these customers and also the associated, projects within this customer, right? So I want to show everything, then I can just select job total in here. I can also look into different region as well. So you might have, like a divisions of BU or location is fine. So it's just a naming. We can help to, adjust that into the way that your business is. Okay, so coming into here, these are the job that I already secured. But sometimes when we creating the budget or the like forecast, I might want to also add some what if scenario. If I include, some jobs that we have not completely secured, then we can also, but at the same time, I want to include that in my management report. I can do that as well. So I can, include this unsecured job. So after we secure it, we can move it back into, the summary page, right? Okay, so let's go into this job summary in here. So we include, the secured job and also the unsecured one. So at the top level, I can immediately look into, the initial, estimated revenue. What is the current revenue? What is the variance, and so on and so on. I can also, initial overheads, current overheads, and I can monitor all the projects in this one page here. So you can look at that at the, on the Excel, looking at that at the Excel level as well. So you can open this, basically this report directly in Excel. So if I go into the Smart Wheel, it comes with a, a out of box Excel plugin, which comes in, really handy because you can just open up the report directly in Excel. Okay. So you can open the same report in Excel. Okay, so going into the second one, more on the forecasting period. So I have the actual as well as, the initial budget and also the forecast as well. So if I go into the first tab, let me go back into the region one. So I have these, these jobs in here. What I want to do is to be able to track, the cash flow coming in. So This design was requested by, one of our customer. They want to look at, let their project manager to key in, the upcoming periods, forecast periods, cash inflow, on the buildings and costs. They want the project manager to be able to, key in. So at this level, it is everything is at a dollar amount at the job level. But of course, like later on in the demonstration, I'm going to show you more, like deep dive into drill down into the project level, like with different cost code level. Okay, so in this example in here, project descriptions, different types of work. So the purpose for this is we can identify different types, and then like when we do data analysis, then it will become easier for us to, I can just pick up, how many, what's the revenue and cost, for the foundation types of projects, infrastructure and things like that. So in here, back into this template in here, I have the contract value, revise the contract, total build amount so far, current month estimations, build to date is around like 25%, balance to build, and then I can add some notes in here. So the upcoming period, like we are at July, the actual. So upcoming period will be, August, September, October, and go on and so on, right? So the project manager, they can come in to um, key in, the different costs and buildings in here as well. And then it is, the calculation column is going to advise them if they are under or over building. Okay, and then at the end of the day, they should have a bill remaining in here, where to, just to calculate that, letting the user know how many is outstanding. Okay, so, and then after that, everything can be rolled up into, like the upper level. For example, like you can create a report that is for the regional level, the location level. So you can do that with the help of this multi-dimension system. So you can use, like region divisions, BU and things like that. Okay. And then of course you can build, different comparison as well. So I can have, my base version versus my version one or version two. You can add, different performer or, what if scenario if you want to, take out some of the, like for example, sometimes in management report you want to have quality of earnings. You sometimes for some non-recurring expenses, you can also take it out as well for a for management reporting purposes. So NSPB is capable of doing that. So moving to the last point, that is for the project budget, right? So what you were looking at is more on the project dollar amount level. But if you want to go into deep dive into, the project's breakdown, then I can come into here. For example, I can create something like so at this job level, at phase one, I can have different phases in here as well. So in this example in here for phase one, I have 350 lot in here. And then I can enter, the cost for the land cost, site work, management service and soft cost, right? So this is the expense module. So coming into here, I can key in, this amount, and then I can get, the cost per lot in here calculated. And then I can also add in my comment, right? So I can add a 344 in here. So this is going to automatically calculated. Okay. Of course, you can use Excel as well because it makes things really easy for you. So for example, I want to have a phase one in here. So for example, this is phase one. So phase one, and then I can open the form again in here, and then I can switch to, phase two. Okay, and then after that, like I can put it into phase two in here. So now every time when you open, I can save this workbook on on my own PC, and then I can just open this workbook out. And then all I need to do is refresh all the worksheets in here, and then it's going to get updated, right? So it becomes really easy. Okay, so let's say if you want to add a phase three in here, so I can definitely do that coming into here, phase three refresh, and then phase three, I'm going to have, like 3 110. The cost is I'm just going to make. just make it up in here, things like that, and then I can just save the data, right? So if I go back into my my web console in here, you will see that the data already submitted in here, right? So after that, like after I key in everything, I can also look into the project reports. So what I have in here is displaying, like all the phases of this project, okay, on the column. So I can get a P&L for different, for all the projects and different phases as well. Excuse me. So coming into here, if I want to focus into phase 2 only, then I can just update this in here, right? So it can become dynamic, a dynamic setting in here. Okay. Of course, I can also run down, the job or the project level. Okay, so some customer they also want to have, for example, like the project, and then at the column, and then they have phase 1, all the phases of that project, and then on the side, and then another project, right? So it can be really dynamic as long as you can provide that business logic. Then we can help you to configure it into the way that you want. Okay, and then I can also look into tracking the actual visitor budget. So in here, in this example in here, I have the July compared to my beginning balance of the initial budget. So this already completed. I can look into the actual, like I can add a variance column in here. So I just don't have that built for today. But it can definitely be done, and the cost of cost to complete and things like that. Okay, so this conclude my demonstration. But if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and then we can come back with like to discuss more. If you whether you want to have a more hybrid solutions like system plus Excel for the data model, or do you want to have a tailored solution that that can scale up with you? Okay, thank you so much.